and yeehaw! It's a Mother of New Creation, a May 9th, 2021. Grand salutations from Galactic Central! Yay! So there's a little secret now that I'm clandestinely staying in a little, life-saving vehicle parked by the Palmyra Inn. I cruise down the street now that I have a breakthrough membership, and on the way there, we have, these little concept libraries that is so adorable, like give a book and take a book and leave a book and whatever that is. I was going to enchant you guys with some gospel first thing in the morning, but we're going to take a different route today because those books are so much fun. So I don't really take them out, but I like to random read out passages, and then it gives me insight on which energetics are kind of focused on my timeline since we're still in the karmatic laws. So that's called Cakes and Ale. I blushed furiously. I felt a perfect fool. I had not then acquired the technique that I flatter myself now enables me to deal completely with the works of modern artists. If this were the place, I could write a very neat little guide to enable the amateur of pictures to deal to the satisfaction of their painters with the most diverse manifestations of the creative instinct. There is intense by God that acknowledges the power of the ruthless realist. It's so awfully sincere that covers your embarrassment when you are shown the colored photograph of an alderman's window. The low whistle that exhibits your admiration for the post-impressionist. The terribly amusing for the post-impressionist that expresses what you feel about the cubist. Wow. The O of one who is overcome. The awe of him whose breath is taken away. Wow. Wow, it's awfully was all that I could lamely say. It's not chocolate boxy enough for you, said Hillier. I think it's awfully good, I answered quickly, defending myself. Are you going to send it to the Academy? Good God. Okay, so I send regards to whoever has my artwork, and I still believe that they have, they have it in two batches. So there's Team Aurora Diamond Rainbow, and then there's Team Aurora Morningstar. And they have two representatives, is what's going on now on Earth. And that's what Los Angeles tried to explain me. The Yellow Cabaret, they're like, which Aurora are you? And I had zero clues what was waiting for me when I first came to the East Coast. And literally, I'm, you might think that I'm slow or that I, don't know how to make decisions or don't know what I want. But I'm honestly still, working through the shock of finding out what was really waiting for me. Because to me, this is beyond immoral. This is unrealistically unbelievable. So I'm in disbelief most of the time. Now, this one is called Dial L for Loser, and we've already been through this one a couple days ago. And we're talking about Claire. Glanced at Mossy, expecting her to ask about Darrington, but she didn't. How did she have the willpower to act like she didn't care about him? Sometimes Claire wished she could act cool and aloof like Mossy, even though it didn't seem like much fun. We'll see them tonight. Kristen picked up. We're going to dress up in hats and glasses and sneak into their soccer practice. Tell Cam I've been trying to call him, but the time difference keeps messing things up. Claire's throat tightened when she said his name. She reached for a gummy worm, but opted for the soap instead. I can't believe one of you will be in Dial L for Loser. Dylan whined. It's not so fair. Way hey, Emma announced while she waited for the driver to open her door. Oh my God. Massey gasped, got jumped, and she snapped her razor shut. Who's ready to be a star? Emma asked with a wink and a nod. Me, Claire shouted. So I have insight in this situation. It's highly possible that Steven and Victoria Diaz, your favorite, anti-heroes around here, named their daughter Emma, and you never know because Steve goes by Claire on Messenger. And maybe, I don't know, but very possibly somebody had a daughter that they called Lily too, after my daughter. Now, because it's, Mother's Day, and to you people in creation, you firmly believe that being a mother has connotations to, carbonly popping something out your vagina. But when I got served my covenant, it was a, denominational, deliberate endowment by the divine to, every creature in Christ is a new creation. And since we've made a lot of amends all the way to Jerusalem, like even the people who lead the synagogues now have toned it down after my last impression up in Venice Beach, California, where I was like, they're like, Aurora from Tiberias rise. I was like, hey. They're like, okay, so if you had one message to the children of tomorrow, what would you say to the children of Israel? I said, well, to all the children of Israel, all I can presently say is you got to align your personal will with divine will to be in alignment, because free will is the lie. Free will is the apple, okay? And so then I said, thank you for letting me, transmit a message to the children of Israel. This is Aurora, myth of new creation. And then the rabbi came up to me and literally he started to yell like I've never seen anything yell at me so loud. Like even my school principal when I was a kid that, pulled my hair, because all patriarchs hate me. It's like, this is normal. Like, this is nothing new. And so, he yelled so loud. And since I'm a kid anyway, like, I've been always afraid of those, Jewish people with a like little thing that like bounce their heads against the wall of lamentation. It's always been like really absurd to me. All this shit, like anybody who hates Jesus, this is absurd. But not that I, agree with any religion. And now I've started to comprehend the basis of how communities and civilizations are actually built, which I struggle a lot understanding patriarchy and how you guys, turned my creation into boxes. Like you have boxes where you compartmentalize creation and you place things in boxes, and it has to be like in a room, it has to be in context and in timeline. You're all like linear thinkers, and I don't function this way, so I have a lot of trouble. Now what I'm understanding is that this whole field is actually set up to resolve the religious war of the Middle East, is why America was created to begin with. Now Latino gang, I don't know why they're here and what their role is, but they're the devil. So the devil is Latino gang, and the devil, came in between Lucifer and I, or we would be married by now. So now he's with a Latino gang hooker, and I'm on the street, and she's trying to make pretend through every tarot channel that her and I are like lesbian lovers, and it gets more pathetic every goddamn day. But now my question to the divine is, why would I keep fighting for God that hardly every goddamn day when, I'm the only one fighting for God. Everybody else is the devil. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to last, since even the churches are the devil. Like, if a church, and especially like the Catholic family church and the Irish priest and then the Latino gang priest, like, if these motherfuckers are pastors, and if all the churches of Hilton, like even Resurrection Church, they all betrayed me and they sent me to a fraud church in like, Miguel, you had absolutely no right to do what you did. That was not cool, You strayed me from my divine path, and you said that anybody who does that deserve like ultimate punishment. So here goes. Uno más. You know what? Now we're going to just go back to the fly book here. Prayer to God in the time of trouble. Vindicate me, O God, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. There we go. Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. Thank you. I have waited patiently for you, Lord, and you inclined to me and heard me cry, and you brought me up of a horrible pit. And now, not yet. Not yet. You are the God of my strength. Why do you cast me off? Exactly. Why did God get my, passport name and give it to a fraud broad hooker fucking Negro? Why did God do this unless the devil did it? So now I need to understand, because I got to make a choice. And I'm not going to take any like middle route. And I'm tired. Like, the men are very indecisive and they're all fools and they have dicks, which makes them weak. I have a pussy, and not only that, I have a trained pussy. My pussy is trained. Like, I've trained it for years to not get wet. Like, I don't allow my pussy to get wet around hot men because I get really pissed at it. So I'm very like tight, and I'm very closed off energetically. Like, you can't make me hot, like, no matter who the F you is. So, uno más point. Now we're like about Leonardo DiCaprio versus Brad Pitt. Who's gonna take the cake? Because like Leonardo DiCaprio now is like texting and like, why don't you reach out for me on Google Messenger or whatever or something. So Who would you want me with, you guys? Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt? Who do you think Jennifer Aniston should like go with? Should she go with the Titanic? He drowned. I don't know where my necklace is. No clue. So do you have my necklaces down in Florida? Like all the necklaces that I brought here that they took, for my citizenship that went to Latino gang? Did you like gather all my shit that you stole, you Latino gang motherfuckers? Or no? It's in the gutter now. What about you, Florida, huh? So now it's like between, am I going to go to Florida or am I going to stay in South Kakalaki? Because in South Kakalaki, there's the like Brandon route, which could offer me like Aurora Diamond Rainbow Morningstar, and we cancel out both. But I'm not able to activate my pussy in this direction now because I'm still in shock. Like to accept what happened is take me a lot of time. But I have to stop being in shock because yesterday night, like I came to the conclusion where it's like, they brought me and then they just did a life scenario out of me because none of you exist in the end. It's all me. That's my creation. I'm Mother of New Creation. You guys don't exist. I make the rules here. So they took like Amber, made her into Dima, then they brought like Tatiana and they brought Victoria, and then each of them is like Aurora Morningstar, Aurora Diamond Rainbow, and then they're like the good, the bad, and who are you? Which one are you? And then Amy died, so Amber, I don't know what she's doing, but I know she bred from my twin flame, so she's trying to reroute me to Ohio, but yesterday that was ended, so bye. And otherwise, yeah, so those two has to be like, shoop, and it's going to be so easy, because I still haven't revealed even half my colors, because I've been feeling very restrained and very like lost, like I don't even understand the system, but today I understood that the police are actually here to allow us to do this divine plan because they get it. So they're not dumb. Unlike, they get it. And then when the children run away from the cops, it's because I think that some kids are being like severely molested around this place, by the way. I wanted to call the cops, tell them about it, but instead I called church that time, which I don't believe was very wise of me because I can't trust the pastors, like I can't trust the rabbis, like I can't trust the Mohammedis, like cancel and revive. It's gotta have to be the reset. So have a happy Breeders' Day to all you hamster breeding pretty little things with your little things there walking around, and to all my children of the light, all my fans, I love you, thank you, keep shining.